Hello and welcome back to episode 3 of Modding Miner's Haven, where today we'll be making an upgrader, but you already knew that because you saw the thumbnail and the title. But before I get into this, I want to go over a couple of the questions you guys had in the comments because while I could answer them by typing, it's just easier to show you. So I'm going to go through the comments. If you guys had any questions, I think I'm going to be doing this as the start of every episode. So as long as I keep getting questions, I'll keep giving answers. If some of them are coming up in a later episode, then I'll just say, oh, wait till the episode, I'll explain it in full detail if it's something that big that needs to have its own episode. For future reference, by the way, the next episode, episode 4, is going to go over codes, boxes, and crates. So just keep that in mind if you want to ask a question, because that's what's going to be happening next. Then after that, I might do Masked Man or Rebirthing or something like that. We'll see. So the first thing we're looking at here is by Game Zone, saying when I'm in the game, how would I award myself the item? I'd rather not work for it just to test it. Now, big thanks to Fudsies in the comments, I think I'm saying your name right, who was trying to help Game Zone figure this one out, but in the end, the script was not working. So I'm going to tell you how I would get an item in the game to test it out. Now, the way I would do this is to go down here into Server Script Storage, look for main, open this up, and then look for Twitter code. Now, go into here into Twitter code and scroll down until you see all of these old codes. These are the current codes, the one that aren't commented out. So go right down here into Rithrow and copy this. Now you can paste this right below itself. You can paste it really anywhere here as long as you don't get it in one of the comments. Now this first thing is going to be the code name. So I'm just going to name this code code T-set, that's what I meant. Then award. Award means that it's going to be giving you an item. Now right here, this is the item number that it's going to be giving you. So 578 is what I want, and let's say 10. So I think 578 is the little cup guys that I made. So this should give us 10 cup droppers. Okay, now let's open up our, where we do our codes, and code T-set, claim. And that'll give us 10 cup droppers. So it's not the best way to just like automatically give you an item in the game. I know what I would use to do that. I just don't know how to make it fire at the right time. So if that's not convenient enough for you, just go ahead, leave a comment, and once I get this fix figured out, I will let you know. Now for the next question from Echo Trips is there a way you can change the amount of lives you can skip from like 20 to 50 plus? And I'm going to cover that in the Rebirth episode. I'm sorry I'm not able to help you now. I'm very close to figuring out what it is. I haven't gotten anything working yet. So I'll get back to you once I have that one fixed as well. Game Zone says, help, I made an item and it won't come up in the shop in my game. I know how to fix this. So first you want to open up your replicated storage and scroll all the way down to items. Open it up and find the item that you're looking for that is not going into the store. I'm going to open up my cup dropper, and I think this is the issue. Your item type is set to the wrong number. So in episode 2, I put the second thing in the description are the item types. So 1 displays an item under the droppers in the shop, 2 is furnaces, 3 is machines, 4 is decor, and the rest of these, they won't show up in the shop. So it needs to be either 1, 2, 3, or 4 for it to show up in the shop. Spitoni asks, is there any way to fix the no thumbnail issue? And I reply with, I think I found a fix for that. I'll make sure to include it in detail in the next video. My fix didn't work at all. It was totally wrong. But Fudsies, who totally knows more than me, that's not even a joke, says basically you can't use decals. You have to use images. So I'm going to walk you through what he was explaining to Spitoni. So you got to make sure you're using Chrome. And go to the Chrome web store and search for BT Roblox. And then add this to Chrome. Now you want to pull up your decal and make sure you've refreshed the page so BT Roblox can come into effect. And right here on this image, you just want to click that. Now this will give you the image file instead of the decal, and you can copy the correct number up here. So sorry I had that wrong in the first place. And again, it was Fudgies that had this. Totally explained in the comments. I was wrong. This was all Fudgies. Thank you for fixing this. So again, make sure you have this number copied because it does change. If you go back, you can see that the number has changed. And then under thumbnail ID, all you got to do is update the number. Okay, we're in the game. And if we open up our menu, there we have it, our thumbnails. We got the wire dropper and the cup dropper. On second thought, I might want to make it a bit more focused on the cup dropper right there, but now we have it in our menu. So again, thank you so much, Fudgies, for this. Fudsies says, is there a way to set your rebirth value using the developer console? Literally no idea. I have not once ever used the developer console, so sorry about that. Okay, now that that's all out of the way, we can get in the modeling and making the upgrader. So first, again, you want to make sure that you have the Miner's Haven modeling kit. That'll be the second thing in the description. I think I already put something in the description. Now, the reason why you're going to want to do this is because it's already got the conveyors all modeled out, so they're exactly how there would be. I would just recommend deleting the hitbox, everything in it except for the model, pretty much, for anything you're going to use. Alright, I think it's about time to call it montage segment hours or whatever. Okay, that was like a really long time of making this upgrader that looks okay. Like I kind of gave up on the end at the end here, because it wasn't looking great and I had no idea what to do. But it turned out to be decent if you look at it from the side, which is really what I was going for. So next we want to start on our hitbox, which will be bright blue, which is this one up here. And I believe ice. Nope, I was wrong. The material is supposed to be smooth plastic, so it'll be right down here. So I know that the conveyor needs a 6x6 hitbox, so I'm just going to be working around that. I'm going to do 626, just a number to make sure that that works. Make sure it's on the ground, and try to fit this to the conveyor. Okay, I think this is about as good as it's going to get. I'm just now realizing that this goes half a stud outwards, like after the conveyor. But honestly, at this point, I'm gonna be real. I'm too lazy to fix this. So apologies for being a lazy prick about this, but I have made a hitbox that I'm happy with. So now remember to anchor it, name it hitbox, drag it into your model. What do I call this thing? Ah, I got it. Now I would recommend getting the quantum ore cleaner and just copying this over to your modeling area. This is what I'm going to be using for all the code inside of it. So all this stuff, cost, description, whatever, I'm going to be putting that into here. Now for your upgrader, well, first you want to make sure that it's all anchored. You want to make sure that the hitbox can't be seen, and you want the model to be in a thing under model. So everything you've just made needs to be under a group called model. Now from the quantum ore cleaner, I'm going to be taking the model upgrader ship and upgrade and just copying that and pasting it with Control-Shift-V into the model actually, not directly into the upgrader you just made. So the part named upgrade that you just copied out is what's going to upgrade your ores. So you can make this as visible as you want. I'm going to drag this across here and just sort of line it up with what I've already got. I don't really care if the players have to center this. I'll sort of line it up with the center, but I'm not going to make it that exact. I'm going to set its transparency to 1 because I don't want it to be seen. I just don't want that giant hitbox to be the upgrader. Make sure you copy the error noise, and now let's go into the upgrader script. So there's a couple things you got to look for here. The first one is the tag. So everything has its own individual and unique tag. So pretty much if an ore goes through the quantum ore cleaner, it can't go through it twice because the first time it goes through, it gives it the overclocked tag. So you want to create just a brand new and random tag. I'm going to be calling it purple with 4 E's. Now when it's looking for find first child purple, if it's false or nil or whatever, I don't know how to correctly put that into words, that's it looking for the tag. And then down here it's going to be assigning a tag. So purple with 4 E's. So here it is looking for the tag. If it doesn't find it, it assigns the tag and then does everything. So you want these two to be the exact same for your upgrader. I hope I explained that correctly. Now for the value, this is just how much it's going to multiply it by. The Quantum Ore Cleaner multiplies it by 4. Now, you can look at different scripts for different upgraders if you want it to be like, oh, it has a cap of $20,000, something like that. But I'm okay with it upgrading it by 4. Now, down here, I am not going to worry about this, but you should. Pretty much what it's saying up here is if it hasn't been upgraded yet, then it upgrades it and gives it the tag. But if it has been upgraded, that's what this else is, then it'll set the color of the upgrader to black, play the error noise, and set it back to pink. Now you want to set those colors to what you would like them to be. Usually it's black for the error, and then hot pink or whatever the color is for your normal upgrader. You just want to set it to that. But because my transparency is 1, I don't have to worry about any of that. So now it's time to worry about cost, description, item ID, so on and so forth. For the cost, I want this to be 1 quadrillion, so I'm just going to add the right amount of zeros. Quadrillion, so there it is, $1 quadrillion. The description is of course going to be purpliest boy. The item ID, because this is the third thing I'm adding into the game, it's going to be 579. I'm going to set the item type to 2 because it's an upgrader. You can find all the item types in the description. Reborn chance, I want to delete because I changed the item type from reborn to upgrader. Required life, also want to delete. Required points, I want that to be 0. Thumbnail ID, we're going to do later. And the tier, I'm going to make 5, which is epic. You can also find the tiers in the description. So we're almost done. Now the last thing we got to do is make the thumbnail. Honestly, I'm not going to try too hard on the thumbnail because this is just a simple tutorial. There's no need to get fancy. I think that looks good, so I'm going to clip it. Alright, I've got my thumbnail all saved. Now remember, if you forget to open this up and make sure it is a square, aspect ratio square, it's probably different on like every different platform ever, but it could mess things up if you forget to do that, so make sure you do that. Now you want to upload it as a decal, view the decal, hit image with the new extension we just got, and copy the number up here. The thumbnail ID, set it to be that image, and you're good to go. Now you can just copy this and paste it right into the items section of your game. Alright, I've got it published. We're loading up. Let's see how well it worked. So I don't know if the image is going to work instantly because it still does have to process the decal, which is linked to the image somehow. I just learned about this today, but we are going to see. So if I open up my machines menu, oh, there it is right there. Purpliest boy. It kind of blended in really well. So let's buy it. It's got a big old name right there. And wow. So this is a bug I haven't seen ever. I can't click on stuff. The grid is still here. Every time I click on this, it just doesn't show up. This is bad. Okay, back to the script we go. Okay, I think I found the issue. I'm sorry I didn't clarify this earlier, but you want to turn off Can Collide on your hitbox. Well, I did notice one thing I did wrong. The item type is supposed to be 3. That's for upgraders. Okay, one of the only things left to do that I can think of. What the heck? One of the only things left to do that I can think of would be to just ungroup everything, because everything else seems to be completely ungrouped, so I'll just try it for this. And sorry, by everything else, I meant everything else in the model. I really need to be more descriptive. I think I'm just tired. Alright, publish. Okay, the updates have been published. Oh my gosh, it was that! I mean, I knew it was going to happen like that. So a couple things we learned. Make sure your hitbox has Can Collide off, and make sure that you ungroup well, if you're like me and you group everything while you're modeling, just make sure to ungroup it. So let's see. A basic conveyor fits right into it, no problem. Right in, right out. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention, because I just keep forgetting to mention things in this video. You can adjust the conveyor speed for these as well. It's pretty easy. I'll go in and show that. Okay, also make the upgrader piece Can Collide off. So this was a little bit of a mess. I'm sorry. I'm tired. That's about the only excuse I can think of, but it's true. So if you're wondering how to adjust the conveyor speed, just go to model, conveyor speed, and you can adjust it right here. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. This was one heck of an episode, let me tell you that. There's probably some things I missed in this episode as well, knowing how much I missed earlier in the episode. So if I did, leave it in the comments. Speaking of comments, thank you guys so much for all the interaction on the videos. It's really great to see you guys following along at home and making your own stuff. I'm really glad I can help you with that. So I guess that's going to be all for today. If you liked, if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. That is ridiculously loud. I hope you have a great day or whatever it is at night. I don't know what time you're watching this, so I'm putting you on the spot. I really don't appreciate that. Bye-bye.